Okay, so we'll try to see how we can do for 4.1. So what do we have?
We have 12 open issues
Notebook.
on Notebook.
Milestones, issues. Well, I'm getting there. Milestones, 4.1. Okay, I see 11 right now. Open with milestone 4.1.
PR included. You can filter everything. If you directly click on the milestone number when you're on the issue or pull request list, it shows you everything.
Okay, I was on issues. Okay, yeah, issues and pull requests. Milestone 4.1, 12. Okay, got it. So we've got 12.
There is 2 more that haven't been tagged in PRs.
2 more? So we've got 14.
Yeah, PRs that actually fix issues.
Okay.
It's fine.
So we've got 14 things.
And we also likely have 747 that fix something for 4.2, so that we can try to get into 4.1 by disabling atomic writing as an option.
Request 747. The jumbo PR.
No, it's not that big. Only 90 edition.
The Boeing 747 was called the jumbo.
Yes, sorry.
Stupid joke.
Yeah, no, my brain just didn't match on that.
Yeah, sorry. Stupid joke. Okay. All right, the PR itself is very small and very compact and has tests, so potentially it could go in. And this atomic writing stuff has been a major nag. So what are the big, does this have all the things that you identified as big usability issues already?
We haven't found anyone that has the issue to test. So it does what it's supposed to do. It doesn't do atomic writing, but we don't know if it fixes.
No, I'm saying, does the list of milestone, does the milestone list here already have the issues that you identified in the last couple of days upon testing with multi-cell selection? Are all those issues already here?
Yes, it's the 792 to 797, which are like
got it. The ones, all the ones that
also
are
tagged
4 hours ago. Okay, got it.
Yes.
Okay.
It's also sprint friendly because it's pretty easy to fix. It just needs someone to do it.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so basically we need work on those because those are all associated with the new this new feature, and it's kind of the usability of that feature. And then, so those are all kind of. Sorry, go ahead, Jason, please.
Can you guys post where you are on the hackpen?
Yes.
Even though it's not part of the official meeting, at least it'll be sort of reproduced.
You're sitting there. Actually, are you on here? Even easier, on the chat, just so that we are on the chat here. On the. Do you see the BlueJeans chat, Jason? On the app on the side.
Yeah, you just need to press space to speak. That's why. So he's speaking, but we don't hear him.
Do you see the BlueJeans chat on the side, Jason? Okay. Okay, so I want to see of the stuff that was below that, the older stuff. I think 760 is almost done. It's big, but it's almost done. I did a bunch of stuff yesterday on that, and you already responded. So I think we can probably merge 760.
Yeah, it's also in tools, so it's not super used. It's not yet into the notebook proper, so it won't be used a lot. It's just super convenient.
So let's go one by one through the others, because the others are effectively. So 760, I think we can basically go ahead with it. It's a new tool, it's useful, but it's, as you said, it's a separate tool. So let's consider it basically done. 738, are you guys following along? So I'm looking at 738. I want to do a triage of where we are so that we can have a kind of a reasonable timeline for what's left on this problem. So this 738 was effectively just an issue, just to track remaining issues on which commands would be applied. You've effectively done that already by opening these other issues.
I haven't opened separate issues for clear cell output and toggle cell output. So clear cell output and toggle cell output will likely be 2 or 3 other issues.
Okay, so these still need to be done.
Yes.
Okay.
It's around 20 minutes per command to fix and test and write test and do a PR and review the PR. So if each of us take one, it shouldn't take long.
Well, speak for yourself. I don't know how to write that. I don't know where that code is, and I don't know how to write that JavaScript right now. So it would take me 20 minutes once I'm familiar with the code. Right now, it would take me an afternoon or more or two. But yes. Okay. Are there any other commands of this kind? Because I think what we want to do is, if there's anything, we should close 738 and turn it into the actual issues. So can you go ahead and close 738 and open the actual issues?
Yeah, I can do that after. I will open each issues, and when each issue is open, I can close this one.
Okay, and then we have the actual issues that are actionable. Okay, 662 is just making sure that the what's new documentation is in place. That one we can do during the beta cycle. Jason, 558 is yours. What's the status?
It looks like, I was just looking at that, 558, we've got some feature enhancements, and we were keeping it open for final usability reviews. I'm happy to bump whatever's there to the next version. And
it's mostly Brian that asks it to stay for 4.1.
Right.
With 533.
I'm happy to close it and then just open new issues for 4.2.
I mean, we can leave it. This one has the history of all the work on it. We could leave it as is and just bump the milestone if you think that'll make understanding the problem easier.
So yeah, Brian wants it for 4.1. I don't know what Brian wants in it. So we might want to assign to Brian, and if Brian doesn't respond in a week, close it.
I mean, we can wait. Brian will be around later today, so we can wait for him to see if he thinks it's realistic and he has a bit of bandwidth to work on it in the next couple of days. He might sneak it in. But obviously, polishing the usability of the multi-selection is really the high priority, because we merged. Hey, can somebody give Brian on the dev meeting attendance
It's just there.
Yeah, the number that worked, the alternate number that worked.
I didn't get any number worked. Even the alternate number didn't work.
Oh, you had to use the app or the
yeah,
web.
I'm using the web right now. Right.
The web or the app?
I'm using it inside of Chrome, my browser.
Okay.
So when I called the alternate number, it let me put in the code actually, but then it was just silent for a while, and then I hung up. So, but I think you should try it. That's the most successful number I tried.
So let's continue while Brian try to connect.
Usability review. I mean, I think this is kind of a generic one that at this point we've been doing enough of it, and I would say we're close enough to release that. In a sense, things like the in-depth work that we did on the multi-cell selection is this kind of thing. We've done a fair amount of that. We are not going to block generically 4.1 to engage in a massive in-depth usability review and open 100 blocking tickets for more UI usability stuff. That's just not realistic anymore at this point. I mean, we've done a fair amount of usability inspection and work on it.
I think what we should do is release a beta, get any feedback, and decide if there's any crucial items.
Yes.
I mean, right now the usability review is blocking on beta, I think.
Yeah.
Having the action working on multiple selection is, in my opinion, needed for the beta.
Yeah. No, and that's fine. I mean, Matthias, for example, Matthias's 6 or 8 blockers are a form of usability review. That is, Matthias is doing that, right? Matthias did an in-depth usability check of that major feature, and he opened 6 blocking tickets for it. And so it's not like we haven't done work on 533. We've done a lot of that. And let's see, 509. Okay, 509 was kind of a wish list item that might or might not make it.
The thing is, in 4.0, Shift M does merge below, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
So it's actually, it will break more when user upgrades to 4.1.
Yes, no, I mean, we looked at it and I said, I even added myself to it to say if it's possible to put it in 4.1, it would be great, precisely so we don't confuse users. The question is it realistic?
Oh, yes. I mean, it's 10 minutes.
Okay. Do you have those 10 minutes?
Yeah, I mean, I have 10 minutes, but I don't have the 10 minutes for all of the thing.
I know. Yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem. And the problem is shit. I mean, we're blocking too much on you because I don't know this freaking code.
I'm sorry, but at some point you would have to ask other people to tackle that, because if I'm away or I'm busy because someone else has a PhD or because I'm at the embassy.
I know. No, I know. No, I know. That's why we're getting more people on the project. But I'm interviewing them in the next 2 weeks.
You can also ask your BDFL voice to ask people to focus on this issue even if they're not working on the notebook.
Yeah. We can. So let's see which ones are sort of the. So I can send an email on the mailing list, basically with a summary, with an action summary for this, which is going to be basically, this is the milestone, and we're going to need, we can convene on the notebook Gitter room for coordinating activity. Help with, basically help with any of these issues. Whoever wants to help with any of them can help there. And there's a bunch of them that are relatively small, including 509 and the new ones that you opened up. The new ones that you opened up. There's a couple that we can merge right away. Jason, you think that finishing up 558, I'm sorry, is also something that is relatively limited amount of work or not?
I mean, I haven't looked at it very much recently, so I was just waiting for the beta, see if there were any things that I thought were really blockers, and then going from there. So I'm happy to close it or move it to 4.2 now, or we can keep it open and then just, you know, glance at it at the beta.
Okay. All right. I think what we should do now is basically send an email. I'll send an email to the list with the following plan. I had a half-written email, but I couldn't finish sending it yesterday with the naming discussion that we started on the Gitter room the other day. But I'll send one about this with the following plan. Let's try to merge the ones that are easily mergeable, and then coordinate on Jupyter Notebook Gitter room activity on all of the ones that are basically relatively short, they seem to also be relatively parallel. Is that correct, Matthias, regarding the multi-cell selection work, or do you think they're going to collide a lot?
They will probably collide when you write tests, but you just have to move the test somewhere else. So it should be pretty straightforward to rebase.
Okay.
Otherwise, they shouldn't.
Yeah, there might be a merge conflict one at a time, but they should be merge conflicts that are easy to clean up. But at least if people do the actual implementation work, we can move forward so that we get to a beta in relatively short order. Because that's actually the stuff that needs code. The rest is stuff that we can defer, or stuff which is finishing basically the release notes and blog posts. And that's not going to block a beta. So we could get a beta very shortly.
Yep.
Okay. So Matthias, why don't you go ahead and turn what is it? Turn 738 into separate issues like 792 through 796, so that we have basically a list of those, and close 738. And then in the meantime, I'll post this summary to the list. And let's see if Brian. Oh, Brian. Hey, Brian. Hey, Brian.
Hi, Fernando.
Hey, you're not near a computer?
No, well, no, I'm just driving back from a doctor's appointment, and so.
Hello? You're muted.
Oh, he's on the phone with Brian.
Muted.
He's on the phone with Brian.
Okay. Okay. I guess we are still recording, so we should probably talk, right? So I'm currently open.
Recording.
Yes, we are recording. There is a small red dot that blinks, so yes, we are recording all of the thing.
Oh no.
We might not be uploading that onto YouTube, but we are recording.
I think he's holding the phone and trying to talk to us, but wait, he really is muted. Is the microphone broken?
Maybe he muted himself. So 802 pull requests. When will we have the O'Reilly thing?
RIB?
No, your book. Yeah, your tutorials, video tutorials. When will they be released?
So the deadline was well, I guess I erased it from the board, but the deadline was January 8th, and I got it done twice as fast. So I don't know,
Nice.
like how their editing process works, or if like maybe I have a time slot. So I really don't know. My guess is a month or so.
Okay.
That's my guess. But I know that like they release some of them free, and then some of them they charge. I don't know which ones are free and which ones they charge. How that works.
Okay.
We'll see. I think, is Fernando waving at us?
I don't know. I don't look at him.
I think he's waving at us. Yeah, he's waving at us. Definitely.
Maybe comment. No,
but
he's not. Can you hear me? We still can't hear him. So
Yeah.
just stop the recording and we can.
Can you hear me?
Oh, we hear you. No.
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 Yeah, there we go. Now
Yes.
we hear you.
Can you hear me? Oh, okay. For some reason my microphone must have died. Okay, weird. I unplugged it and now it's working. Okay. When I started talking to Brian on the phone, I just told Brian, for some reason when I started talking to Brian on the phone, this microphone must have gone ballistic. I don't know. Shit. Man, we're dying by technology. Anyway, I just told Brian that Brian was asking if we could have a meeting about 4.1, and I told him that we were just finishing meeting about 4.1, and that I would post an email to the list right now. So I think we're basically done here, right? Anything else? We don't need to spend more.
I did open issues for each of the action to fix. One of the last issue I haven't opened and I need to describe in detail, which would be easier to do by voice, is we have the drop-down selector to change the type of cell, which is incoherent when you have many cells selected. Because it shows either code, row, or markdown, but when you have many cells selected of different type, it doesn't show like multiple types selected. And the other thing is when you have many cells selected of different type, when the head of the selection is on code and you want to change all cells to code, you cannot use the drop down to change because it won't react to the click because you're basically changing to the same state.
Yeah. What to do with the multi-cell, the code type selector, basically when you when you
When you have
open it,
multi-cell selected,
what should it do?
yes. So
What should it do?
in the menu, it's easy because it doesn't indicate the current state of the cell. So when you go into the menu and you do code cell,
hold on, I need to get out of here. I need to get out of here.
sure.
There's a meeting here.
Hey folks. Hey, good. How are you? No problem. No problem. I hope you don't need the video conferencing thing. It's you don't. Okay. Yeah. There's something wrong with BlueJeans, with the network itself. So.
Hey. So yes. So I think there's a usability question there, that because that selector obviously was designed to apply to one cell at a time, and so A, what should it show? B, what should it do?
But that's probably not something we can fix or want to fix for 4.1. Like when someone wants to change many cells, they can still use the keyboard shortcut. They can still use the menu bar, but not.
I would say when they open the menu, it could just, if they choose something, we could still apply that choice to all of them. I mean,
yes, but then when it starts, because it's a select HTML element, you can't. Because if the select element is already, for example, using highlighted on code, when you click on code again, it won't trigger a JavaScript event, so you cannot change. It's like you cannot turn on a computer which is already on. You have to switch it off. So you have to change state twice. And that's because the select element show the current cell. So one of the things we can do, but for which we need some refactor, is another element in the dropdown, like for example a dash or something that indicates that nothing is selected or that you have an unresolved state. And when we have multiple cells selected with different type, we change this selected to the unresolved state. But that's probably not something we want to do for 4.1. We will have a small inconsistency for 4.1, but I think it's worth it.
So, but the menu is not going to work at all then?
The menu does. The menu, like the drop-down menu, like the one with cell, change cell type, do something. The quick access in the toolbar will not always work in multiple selections.
Yeah.
You can try now if you want. You have first cell is markdown and second cell is code. You select the first one, you do shift down. Your drop down show code, and if you click on it and click on code, nothing happens. I can share my screen if you want, it might be easier. Should I?
It's okay. So it's impossible to have that toolbar drop down to basically go on to have no selected state.
We can hack it so that it does that, but it requires more logic into the notebook when you have multiple cells selected and emit more events. And I'm worried that we can do something which is coherent for that one. I think it only affects a small subset of users. You first need to select multiple cells that have a different type. So you have to use multiple selection, have cells that have different type, and want to change all cell type of your selection to a specific type.
Yeah.
So it's 1% off 1% off 1% off 1%.
Yeah, it's a bit ugly. We may have to live with it. I mean, I think we might want to put a warning in the documentation though that this is a known bug, a known inconsistency of the UI, just to warn people. Yeah. I think it's worth kind of warning people that there's a small inconsistency. Now, what will it do if you try to apply it? Will it work?
So
if you select something, like if you have a code and a markdown cell selected, and you go and drag it to code, will it turn both into code?
So if the head is already on code, it won't do anything. Because you don't get events. But if you have a markdown cell, a code cell, you select the two, your head is on code and you do markdown, everything will go to markdown.
Okay, so you get this weird, hard to understand behavior, which is logical based on the internal implementation and the internal logic of how the event machinery works, but it's hard to understand for the user because it depends on where the head is.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, it's common. I have already seen it in many places on the internet, where basically, if your select element already shows something and you try to change it to the same thing, it doesn't react.
Yeah. No, we should basically put a warning saying that the toolbar rapid selector does not work consistently if multiple cells of a different type are selected. For that, you have to use the menu bar. That's it. To consistently change the type of multiple cells of a different type, you have to change the menu bar. The toolbar quick type selector does not work consistently. That will be fixed in a future version. It's a known bug. I mean, let's just document it. We know about it. We should own up to it. That's it. The way this bug is fixed by documenting it.
Okay.
But we should document it. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Okay. Can you just basically flag that one as an issue so that it's like
I haven't opened it. I need to. I can open it.
Yeah. Like so I mean, and this one will basically be the document fix in 4.2, document in 4.1. Okay. All right. What else? I think
That's
otherwise we're
about
done,
it.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to post to the list and we'll move on. I am still going to post this video. Our development process is open, warts and all, unless anybody has any objections. Okay, bye, Internet.